copper nose bluegills. They're going to put in 7,500 native bluegills. There's Bobby West, proprietor and owner of the lake, and I'm going to put in 200 pounds of fathead minnows and another big batch of red ear sunfish. We had the chance to get some 4-inch red ears, so we traded numbers. We settled for fewer red ears, but bigger red ears because they're going to be able to spawn. So in a minute, we're going to climb up. Somebody's going to climb up there, and we're going to take a look at a few fish and let you guys see them. Okay, now we're back. We had a little pause there because walked a little bit too far away from the connection. So there's Jacob up there. Yep. Hey, Jacob, grab that dip net right there, if you would, and just dip down in that raised up compartment. And just go all the way to the bottom and just get you a little scoop of those fish. You got any in there? Yeah, bring them right over the side just for a minute so we can see. Those are bluegills right there, folks. They sure are. Those are good looking bluegills. They're already probably 2 to 3 inches long, maybe a few smaller and a handful bigger. All right, so you can put those back in the water. So here we are, stocking fish. I'm gonna have to stand back a little bit from the truck so we don't lose our wireless connection. But he's got it wide open. One of the fun things about this, different dip nets play different roles. So here's right here in the back of this fish truck, big catfish dip net. That's a net where the catfish won't hang up in it. And then the dip net that Jacob was using is more for smaller fish. The mesh of that net's a lot softer and easier to work with. So let's see, and the truck driver, Nick, is setting up a pump because he's gonna, if he can't, temper these fish a little bit. So basically what they do is they set up a pump where they can draft water out of the lake and suck the water, put it up there on the fish truck and start mixing lake water with the water that's on the truck. Now the water on the truck comes out of a well from the fish hatchery because they want really clean water. So I'm gonna walk around here, hope we don't lose our connection. That's a big release hose right there. So they'll put that hose over the valves of each tank and the fish will go out that pipe. So they'll spread that pipe out. Some of the fish are gonna have to be counted or weighed. So there's a scale and that's what those buckets are for. So he's setting up a pump right now that's mounted to the back of the truck. He's got these little catwalk things on the side of the truck he can walk along on. After he gets the pump going, then we'll see if we can show you some more fish. But there's the process of stocking a lake. So, I know we got some new watchers, some new viewers here. So to kind of do a little recap, we just spent about an hour talking about this lake, and it took them about 7 years to finish it because they were doing it part of the time, different projects, managing their resources, their labor, and their heavy equipment. And then they closed the valve on it earlier, and now it's time to put some fish in it. So the lake is about, Jacob, let's talk to you a minute. So we're going to talk like this is a brand new show because we got new people watching. I see Robbie Shell checking in from Pure in the Mills. Jason Nepstad's watching. So in the background, you can see the lake and just kind of a recap, just 2 or 3 sentences about what you guys went through to build this lake, and then we're going to show some more fish.
I don't really know where to start. It's about a 7-year process, and we've just taken our time with it, learned a lot along the way, and can't be more happy that we're here 7 years later and getting fish stocked. It's just it's a great moment. We're really happy about it and excited.
Yep, and today is the day we get real excited because here comes the fish. So now what's going on the back of the truck, I'm gonna try to go down here and not lose our signal, but there's a little gas powered pump where they're gonna draft the water out of the lake. Now the fish are kept alive with bottled oxygen, and they got these micropore diffusers laying on the bottom of the tank in there, and they bubble that oxygen real slowly to keep the fish alive in transit. And they haul them in cooler water, cooler meaning 65 degrees to anywhere from 60 to 70 degree water, and then they warm the water up. Here's a real important thing is we don't want to release fish from a truck where there's a bigger than 10 degree temperature, and it's easier to go from warmer water on the truck to cooler water in the lake than it is vice versa. From cooler water on the truck to warmer water on the lake. And then the chemistry of the lake water might be a little bit different. So what they're doing now is they are pumping water out of the lake real slowly. And on the other side of the truck, Nick is over there with a bucket, and he's taking buckets of water off to make room for more more water. So, yep, Bridget says, here we go. Yep, we're getting ready to stock some fish. So I'm going to stay live with you as long as my phone will do it. Excuse me, my camera, because I don't know how much storage I've got. It cut off of just about the time it should have a while ago. So I'm going to go around to the other side, I hope. And if it pauses, don't run off. I'll be right back. If it pauses, because we're running out of Wi-Fi. Hey, Nick, tell us what you're doing up there, buddy.
Right now, I'm getting rid of some of my truck water. It's running about 64 degrees. The lake here is running about 75.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 11 degrees to make up.
Yes. So, like you were saying earlier, I heard you talking. You definitely don't want to do a big jump between temperatures. So what I'm trying to do here is just make some space for more water. I'll use the pump that you talked about. I'll pump it in, and I'll check with my DO meter and thermostat to see where I'm at.
Okay.
That DO meter, I also call it a thermostat. It does both. Periodically on the way here, I'm checking fish about every hour and a half, making sure the oxygen's good. So, like I said, I'm about to pump some water in here. Once I get those good, then I can start the process of letting them go.
What kind of fish do you have in here in this tank?
Right now,
Hey, Jacob, would you pass him a dip net? Because I don't want to butt into the work. I just want to show people what kind of fish we're talking about. You saw some bluegill a while ago, and let's see what he's got here. What do you got here?
these are fathead minnows.
Okay, there we go. There's fathead minnows right there. So that's what fathead minnows look like. So now you've seen fathead minnows and you've seen the bluegills. What about, do you have some shellcracker over here easy to look at? Some red ears? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at a few red ear right quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and shut this thing down and shut the show off, and we're gonna get to work working on fish. And I'll give you a little explanation. Are they over here or over there? Okay, so now you're gonna get to see what some red ear sunfish look like. And this is Nick from American Sport Fish. If you're looking for a fish supplier, I love American Sport Fish. Pond Boss Resource Guide, check that out as well. So here we go. So here's some little bitty red ear sunfish. There we go. You can almost tell that they got a little red, but they're more striped and mottled than the bluegills are. So there you go. All right, thanks, Nick.
Some bigger ones if you want to see.
Are they easy to get to?
Yeah, so they're right over here.
Okay, so are they on the other side of the truck? All right, I'm gonna go around the other side of the truck. Now what he's gonna do is he's gonna take this big hose right here. He's gonna take that big hose and then hook it over the spill valves on the truck right there. And then that's how he's gonna release the fish. So here's some bigger red ear sunfish. There we go, there you go. That's what the red ears look like. These are almost big enough to spawn. Matter of fact, they are big enough to spawn. They're not anywhere near full grown, but now you can kind of see the red on the ear. All right, well, folks, we're gonna cut you loose and we're gonna go to work stocking some fish. I'll be shooting some pictures and I'll put those still photographs up on the website when I get a chance, and Facebook. Thanks for joining us. Adios.